Okay, today we are going to be looking at the worksheet 7, which I sort of forgot to do with you during the distance learning. Some of you did it on your own because you knew it was there to be done, and I know that some of you got part of it wrong, and some of you forgot to do part of it. The directions say to circle the mammals, box the amphibians, and draw a triangle around the fish. All right, so the very first thing at the top of the page, what is that?
A whale.
All right, and I saw some of you that put a triangle around that.
No.
Yes.
No,
No,
it's a mammal.
It's a mammal.
When I was teaching you distance learning about mammals, I specifically told you that a whale is a mammal. It has to breathe air with its lungs. It has to go to the surface and breathe air. It cannot take oxygen from the water like a fish. They have to come to the surface, okay? So that one is a mammal. So you should have circled that whale. Some of you didn't do anything to it because it just looked different than the rest, so you didn't visualize it as one of the creatures. Okay? So that should have been circled. The next thing right here, that is a
Goldfish.
So truly that is
A fish.
but you better be careful because just because it has the word fish in its name does not mean it's a fish.
What?
For example, starfish.
Nope.
That is not a fish.
It's a
Okay?
jellyfish. That's a powder.
Jellyfish, right. Jellyfish is also not a fish. Alright, then we have rabbits and guinea pigs. Mammals. So you should circle that. By the way, the goldfish, you really should put a triangle around it. Alright, and then we have a manta ray.
Fish.
Fish. A manta ray is a fish. If you could see underneath it, you would actually see its gill slits. How many of you ever gotten to see a stingray? You were able to see its mouth and its gill slits. Yeah, I got to too. Alright, what about this one?
Giraffe.
Giraffe is a
Mammal.
mammal. Very good. So circle the giraffe.
Wait, do we circle it?
Alright, what about this one in the box? Amphibian, because that is a newt, I believe, that is a newt, and so you need to put a box. It's already in a box, but you need to box the box. Box the box.
Box the TV.
Alright,
Looks like a TV.
it's not a TV that you need to stop. No, it's not. Alright, next, it looks like a little mouse type creature. It might be
Mammal.
a gerbil.
It's a kangaroo.
Mammal.
It's a kangaroo rat.
Yeah, it's a
It
kangaroo
might be
rat.
a kangaroo rat, but I don't know that for a
It's a
fact.
kangaroo
But no matter whether it's a gerbil or some kind of mouse, what is it?
A
That is
mammal.
a mammal. Alright, and right beside it you see a
Amphibian.
because what is it?
Toad.
Toad. Toads are amphibians. Frogs, toads, and all kinds of salamanders are amphibians. So put a box around that toad. Alright, go to the next row. What do you see first?
A shark.
A shark. Shark is
A shark is a fish.
fish. You can actually see its gill slits on the side of its neck there. Those lines, those are gill slits. So you need to put a triangle around that shark. Alright, what about this one?
Seahorse.
Seahorse.
That's a fish.
That is a fish. That is a type of fish. Alright, and then next you see
Another fish.
another fish. What kind is that?
Beta.
Beta. That's a beta. A lot of you would have that one for a pet. Not right now. How many of you have a beta for a pet?
Yeah, they do.
So that would need a triangle. Stop talking out. Stop talking out. Go to the next row and you see a kitten and a puppy. That's a
Mammal. That's in a circle too.
And the next one is a
Salamander.
So what do you do to it?
Amphibian.
Put a box around it. Make sure it's a nice, sharp, crisp box. Right? And then the last one is
Frog.
frog. That's a
Amphibian.
so that one also needs a box.
Around the box.
Are you checking your work to make sure you have it right? I don't feel like you are because you're not even looking at your paper. Alright. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is do this chart. So, mammal characteristics. Number 1, they make milk for their babies and take good care of their young. Number 2, no mammal has more than 4 eggs. Number 3,
They have
Number 3.
Skip
Number
two.
2.
All amphibians have smooth, moist skin.
Number 3.
All amphibians lay eggs.
And number 4.
All amphibians are cold-blooded.
Alright.
Reptile characteristics.
Number 1.
All reptiles breathe in their lungs.
Number 2.
All reptiles are covered with dry scales.
Number 3.
All reptiles are cold-blooded.
And today we are going to birds, so we are going to do the bird characteristics.
All birds lay eggs.
I do believe I'm the teacher. So let me lead, okay? Number 1.
All birds lay eggs.
Number 2.
All birds have feathers and wings.
Number 3.
All birds have 2 legs.
Number 4.
All birds breathe with lungs.
Number 5.
All birds have bill beaks.
And number 6.
All birds are warm-blooded.
Alright, very good. Open up your books to page 178. So once everybody's here, I'm going to start reading on page 178. We were actually supposed to have a science quiz today, but since they just had the test yesterday, I went ahead and bumped that quiz to Friday. So we will start reviewing for it, and I gave you the notes for that on Monday. Monday you would have gotten those notes. Alright. Birds. Everybody on page 178?
No.
Yes. Well, please get there quickly so we can begin.
Yes.
Alright, let's begin. If you're not there, get there quickly. Follow along. Birds. Bird watching is a fun hobby. You might already do this when you look out the window at your breakfast table. Birds might be searching for breakfast right in your yard. If you are a good bird watcher, then you know much about our last class of vertebrates. Birds are easy to classify because they are the only animals that have
Feathers.
Notice they don't say they're the only animals that have wings. Just think about it. A bat is a mammal. It does have wings and it can fly, but it does not have feathers. It is not a bird. It is a mammal. Alright? It has fur. They also have wings, though not all birds can fly. All birds have 2 legs and a beak or a bill. Birds are warm-blooded. Do you remember what other class of vertebrates is warm-blooded? What is it?
Mammals.
Mammals and birds can make their own body heat. Their temperature stays the same no matter what the surrounding temperature is. Like mammals and reptiles, birds get oxygen using lungs from the time they are born. Though some can swim, they get all the oxygen they need from the air. Take a close look at a real nest. Do you think you could build one using only your hands? Now think of the small bird. Who but God could give a little bird its amazing nest building ability? What do you call that ability to know how to build a nest? From the time it's born, it already knows.
Instinct.
Instinct, very good. A bird's nest, I'm at the top of the next page. You should be at the top of the next page too. A bird's nest is its temporary home. It is a place to raise baby birds. After the baby birds leave the nest, the parents usually do too. Each kind of bird has its own way of building a nest. The woodpecker makes a hole in a tree for a nest. The eagle builds its nest on a mountain ledge. The tailor bird sews leaves together to make her nest. Her needle is her beak. Her thread is usually a plant. Birds make nests because all birds come from eggs. So therefore, I'm just going to pause a minute. Therefore, since the nest is not really their home, but a place to raise babies, they have to have a nest to lay the eggs, right? A bird's egg is different from an amphibian's or reptile's egg. Its egg has a hard protective shell. Do you guys remember how they described a reptile's egg?
No. Hard?
It was
Soft.
like rubbery, leathery,
Soft and
rubbery,
rubbery.
very soft, okay?
Bounce.
I don't know about bouncy. It probably would not be good for the baby inside for you to start bouncing a egg. Alright, have you ever wondered how a baby bird gets out of an egg? While the baby bird is still inside the egg, a hard little egg tooth forms on the end of its beak. With its egg tooth, it pecks away at the egg shell until it cracks. After the baby is out of the egg, it no longer needs its egg tooth, so the egg tooth falls off. God made sure the bird has an egg tooth at the right time in its life. All right, you can see that baby bird right there that has just hatched, and you can still see that its egg tooth is still attached to the end of its beak. So everybody see that? All right, and you can go and turn the page. Top of the next page. When a baby bird hatches, its mother takes care of it. Do you remember what other class of vertebrates takes care of their young? Mammals. Mammals care for and raise their young too. Birds do not give their babies milk, however. They find food and feed it to their babies. All right, so let's read again the bird characteristics. Right there on your paper. Number 1.
All birds lay eggs.
You are not paying attention. You're not even looking at your book. This would help you if you would, okay? If you would just pay attention when I'm reading. And I want you to be reading these with us, so look at your book. Number 1.
All birds lay eggs.
Number 2.
All birds have feathers and wings.
Number 3.
All birds have 2 legs.
Number 4.
All birds breathe with lungs.
Number 5.
All birds have bills or beaks.
And number 6.
All birds are warm-blooded.
All right, true or false? All birds have feathers.
True.
Number 2 says all birds can fly.
False.
Only some. The ostrich cannot fly, penguins cannot fly, emus cannot fly. Yes? What?
On a movie that I once watched, it says
Stop talking out.
there's a bird called a kiwi.
And it cannot fly? Yes?
Is it flamingo a bird?
Yeah, but they can fly.
What?
Flamingos can fly. They are a pretty big bird, but they can fly. Okay. Yes?
Velociraptors can't fly. Yes, they are birds.
What's a
velociraptor?
Is it a giant?
Are you sure about that?
Yes,
They don't have feathers.
yes, they do.
Velociraptors? The thing is, how do you really know when you've never seen one for sure? You know one, they're
Scientific
extinct.
studies.
I know, but they're extinct. But anyway, we'll see. You know, I'm not gonna worry about it because since we've never really seen one, most dinosaurs, they consider them reptiles because they consider them, no, we're not gonna talk about velociraptors. That's what's going on. Because 2 hands went up. Let's get back to what we were doing. The video is playing and we're getting distracted. Number 3, all birds make nests in trees.
False.
We didn't actually read that today, so that is false though, because some birds do make nests on the ground. And we're gonna talk about which ones would do nests in trees and which ones would do nests on ground. Number 4 now, all birds have 2 legs.
True.
Alright, what do birds use to breathe?
Lungs.
Just like people or mammals do. Where do birds raise their babies?
In nests.
In a nest. And what does a bird egg feel like?
Hard, very hard.
Alright, very good. Now, our quiz that we're gonna have on Friday, and I'll review with it for you today and tomorrow, and I probably will review with you before we take. I don't need you putting your book away, I need you listening. Stop turning in your books. Look up here. Do you understand I'm fixing a review for a quiz that you're gonna take on Friday? This is the first time I reviewed with you. I've given you the term sheet, but I don't know how many of you actually have studied it yet. How many of you have? Right. This quiz is gonna be on all of the mammals except for birds. Birds won't be on there yet, because we just started birds today. Alright, well think about it. If the quiz was supposed to be today, and I bumped it to Friday. Could birds have possibly been on it?
No.
No, because we were already supposed to be taking the quiz today. And we just started learning about birds today. What is an animal with a backbone?
Mammal.
Vertebrate.
Vertebrate. I don't need you to name a specific, because guess what? Birds have a backbone, so do amphibians, so do reptiles, and so do fish. Do not just name one of them unless that's what I'm asking for. Any animal with a backbone is a
Vertebrate.
vertebrate. Please just shut your books, but don't put them away, because some of you are looking at your book and not listening to what I'm asking you. Vertebrate. An animal with a backbone is a vertebrate. What creature has dry, scaly skin? Reptile. Very good. An animal that eats only plants is a
Herbivore. Herbivore.
plant. Herb. Guys, what is herb? It's a plant, isn't it? So herbivore is a plant eater.
What plant is a herb? Herb.
Like things you use in the kitchen. There's some herbs that you use in the kitchen. They're called herbs, actually. It's spelled herbs, but it's pronounced herb, just like herbivore. It starts with an H, but you don't say the H. What is the animal's ability to blend into its surroundings?
Camouflage.
What creature's name means living a double life?
Reptile.
Very good, Maya. Amphibian.
Oh yeah.
Distance learning, you guys were not paying attention too well. If she's the only one that knows that. Guys, living a double life. Remember, amphibian, when it hatches from an egg, starts out life as a tadpole, and then it changes to a different creature that can live on land. The frog or the toad.
Frog toad.
All right. Fish are what kind of blooded?
Cold.
Cold-blooded. Very good.
Live underwater.
All mammals breathe with
Oxygen.
Very good. An animal that eats meat only.
Carnivore.
Most fish are covered with
Scales.
Very good. An animal with a body temperature that stays just about the same no matter what the outside temperature is. Warm-blooded. Do not tell me a creature that is warm-blooded. Tell me warm-blooded. That is the definition of warm-blooded, because guess what? Birds are also warm-blooded.
Yeah, I'd say mammals.
But I didn't ask which one. I wanted you to tell me warm-blooded. That is the definition for warm-blooded. An animal with a body temperature that stays just about the same, no matter what the outside temperature is. Cold-blooded creature. All right, I need you to name for me the 5 vertebrates. They are
Mammals,
fish, amphibians, reptiles,
birds, seagulls.
Now, you don't have to put them in the same order I taught them to you. You can put them in any order, but when we say them, for the sake of us saying the same thing at the same time, we're gonna do it in the order that I taught them. So we did mammals, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and now we've added birds to that. By the way, that is on the quiz, but not anything specific about birds. But you do have to know them, and you have to be able to write them. Are you listening to me? From, you have to write mammals, fish, birds, reptiles, amphibians.
Nuggets.
Actually, I put birds in there too soon, but anyway. Alright,